tangled mess of knots, I confess, but the intent was there. I swear he set our sights on something that we thought was true. So now we sit and stare across a surface spanning the whole state. 2 feet between and miles apart. No words to speak, and here all weekend still we haven't got a clue. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart, there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. Each word a world all of its own. Each star entered only in groans. The syntax skips a semantic slips, and what we're left are growing cleft of language, lost tokens unknown. And then I guess we slipped right through and lost all meaning on the way. We ended up a tiny piece of every heart, of every part, of every story, of every grave. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. A tangled mess of knots, I confess, but the intent was there. I swear we set our sights on something that we thought was true. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. And it falls apart if there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. If there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart if there's not a heart to have. It falls apart, there's not a heart to beat there. It falls apart, there's not a heart to have. I've been thinking that I can't quite get enough time on the inside of the cycle that you spin with gravity and dust. I've fallen in between the planets and the sun into the orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you. That orbit that surrounds you. just to see you come back home. But each step that you took towards her, well, you took each one alone. And every time you said, my God, how is it up there on that phone? Well, I've been waiting on your feet just to hear you say that I'm not needed. I said I was an honest man, you said I wasn't at all, but I wanted it. Well, I think you're just afraid of the fall, but you won't be there at all, no, you won't be there. And oh, my God, I hope you're falling apart. My God, I hope you're falling and you, oh, my God, I hope you're falling apart. It's gonna be the start of what you are.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Zealous Racing League. My name is Shim. I'm going to be your host for tonight's race. Tonight we have round 5 of Zad's Galaxy Tour Season 11, or maybe Season 12. At this point, I'm losing track myself, but anyway, we're here for round 5 of our season that is currently running. And, as you can all see, we're here at the beautiful Mount Panorama in Bathurst, Australia. Might be a little bit hard to see the track because, as you can all see, it is nighttime. Our race today will be a night race. But those signature walls don't fool you for long. I'm sure anyone who's played ACC or knows motor racing has seen those walls before, has probably been into those walls. I'm not gonna lie, I've been into those walls a fair share on my own. But tonight should be a wonderful race for our drivers. 45 minutes as usual. No mandatory pit stops for our drivers. Remember, mandatory pit stops are only required during even numbered rounds. So our drivers are not going to be required to make a pit stop today. So they're going to have to manage their tires and their fuel for a whole 45 minutes. Unless they want to risk taking a pit stop. I can imagine there's going to be a good few drivers that are going to be into the pits, though, after different incidences here and there. Bathurst always has a way of bringing out incidences, especially when you're on the top of the mountain, as we watch Portis round the top of the mountain here. Looks like he's got a Mercedes right in front of him. The Mercedes, I think that's Glenn Pinio, if I'm not mistaken, in the 99 Mercedes. And indeed that is. And looking at our timing tables, the man that we kind of always expected to be up at the top there is our friend Christopher Larson. He is at the top of the timing sheets during our free practice session here. And he actually sent me a video before this. And it was of him getting some sub 2 minute times in that Mercedes here at this track. I think his lap that he showed me was just slightly better than what he's posted here. But pretty much anyone who gets anything under sub 20 they're pretty much cracked, honestly. So, what an animal is what I call them. An absolute animal. But I digress. Our drivers will have 7 more minutes of free practice, 15 minutes of qualifying before the 45-minute race. It's going to be a full warm-up lap as well. 19 drivers currently in the server. Last race 2 in our Pro-Am class, the Legionnaires, Carlos Flores extended his lead on Dale Rodman, but as you can see, they're pretty close coming into Bathurst here today, and we'll have to see. Oh goodness, Pinio into the walls there, getting pushed a little bit too fast by Portis there. Don't think there was contact, but hard to tell in the dark. But yeah, right, and our Legionnaires, Flores leads over Rodman now in the championship standings there. Larson still is coming away ahead of the other drivers after getting a P4 though last race. It's not much of an issue though for him. with 3 races left in this season, I don't think he's worried about any of those slightly poor performances, even though P4 really not that poor of a performance. But when you consider Larson's track record, it's really is suboptimal. Speaking of Larson, there he is, going straight to JJ Burnau as he pulls off as another driver comes onto the track there. Could have been a little bit dangerous for that was Kevin Kapelke. Currently sitting P2 in free practice. While I have your time, folks, just want to give a brief shout out to all of our supporters. Thank you so much for joining. And also want to thank our admins and all of our stewards that review all the race footage at the end of the night and really help to make this league what it is. Those drivers being Reed, Portis, and Sean Collis here, currently sitting in the pits. They do a lot of work behind the scenes to make sure that these races run smoothly. So, want to give a shout out to them and let them know that we appreciate the work that they do. And I say that because they could really use your help, and I could use your help too. Because we are looking for an replacement broadcaster for myself, at least interim broadcaster, for a few seasons. As I've decided that I am going to be stepping back from the broadcasting role next season. I'm not going to be going anywhere. I'm hopefully going to be staying in ZRL, and I hope to race myself in the next league if I can. I'd really like to race in the next season. But probably the season after that, as we get to the tail end of the year, certain circumstances will make it so I am not able to broadcast at least for a while. So we're really looking for someone to help take the reins from me in this endeavor. It'd be greatly appreciated if you or anyone you know would be interested in broadcasting. Just feel free to message me or have them message me or one of the other admins, Portis, Collis, or Reed. Just have them message them on Discord. And if you are looking for those links on Discord, be sure to check out the homepage of our YouTube channel. The link to our Discord should be there. But yeah, if you do know anyone or if you yourself are interested in taking over the role of broadcaster, at least for the foreseeable future. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be gone, but be sure to drop on in and let us know that you're interested. As we watch the drivers here, they have one more minute of free practice. So for a lot of these drivers, it's going to be their last lap in free practice here. Kapelke just crossed the line. He's got one more lap he can do. He might be the last driver out. Although some drivers are now crossing the line now. I might have spoken a little bit too soon. Fender coming into the pits here. Free practice is almost over. 49 of Albert still on track here. And as he comes through the chase, down towards the final corner. He will now cross the line. That'll be his laps finished. Only other driver to wait for coming down the straight is Kapelke here. Hoping to improve, just show that he's got the pace. That Mercedes is wicked quick in a straight line, though. Definitely the car to beat here on this track. Watch him cross the line. He did improve his time by 0.2. Going to drive here now. Watching some drivers go out. First driver out is Portis. He's going to be the driver that we watch on this first lap. So we watch our drivers make their way around Bathurst here for the long out lap. You know, I say that, but I actually don't think Bathurst has the longest lap out of all the tracks. Am I right in saying that actually? I think Spa has the longer lap. Even so, this lap does feel extra long for some reason. Here they are coming through Forest Bend, or Forest Elbow. Right behind Portis, I think that is Larson, and indeed that is Larson right behind Portis. Portis coming through. Watching him come down to the final turn here. Underneath the Liquid Molly banner, and that will start the first lap down the start-finish straight here. Pretty short straight, braking at just after the 75 meters. Using all that curbing that you possibly can. You want to be on the gas early. Down our first straight here. Kind of up a hill a little bit. Go under the Audi Sport banner, down a hill. Up. Braking right after that little exit road on the left-hand side. Up the hill to the right. Maybe a little coast right here. Nope, that is flat out. Into the mountain section we go. All the way up the hills. Trying to hug the walls as close as you can. Getting a little lip of the curb that helps bounce you and turn you a little bit. Using all the track as possible. You can take this all flat. A little bit of a lift there. Has to lift again just to make sure he doesn't go off. Braking and coasting very delicately down the hill. Don't want to be too hard on the brakes there, or else you're going to unsettle the car as it goes down the hill. You really want to let the car grind itself to a halt, at least at first. Around Force Elbow, down what I believe is called the Cunard Straight. Here he goes, down the straight here, up the hill, under the Pirelli banner. Towards the chase he goes, gets all the way to the left-hand side of the track, and braking right after the 100. Gets that car nice and rotated there on the gas early. Looking like a good lap from Portis here. Braking at 100, or right after 100 in Portis's case. Using all of the track as you can. And that indeed is going to be a really great lap from Portis, a 201.9. That's going to be the time to beat now. So we watch Larson now coming up behind. His first lap isn't going to be great. Must have had an issue himself, or got caught up in traffic. Let's go to Carlos Flores, leader in our Legionnaires class in the Ferrari. Most of our Centurions have made their lap. Flores does a really quick 202.9. That's a great lap from him. Fender Collis Landry setting times, mixing in with that Centurions class there. Collis, Alberts. Harvey on the outlap here. Rise also on his outlap, I believe. Indeed, he is. This will be his first hot lap. Let's follow our friend Chris Rise here on his first lap. "20 cars in the server." Yao has joined us. Larson in the 2 car on his outlap currently. Drivers aren't going to have many opportunities to set laps tonight. Ooh, and Rise, goes off the track, and that's going to ruin his attempt there. So easy to do there at the top of the mountain. Henry Harvey, currently on his fast lap. 8 minutes left to go in qualifying for our drivers. Valero has taken the lead in our Centurions class with a 201.5. And Henry Harvey will go wide there. That'll invalidate his lap. Nunez is now on the outlap, as well as the 649 car of Belanger. 27 car of Miles Harvey. Currently on a fast lap, but is letting a car through. Probably just wants to get a lap on the map. Harvey does just set a time. 711 car of J.J. Burr. Next car to come across the line here with the number 2 car of a Larson right behind. And Burr will go wide and will keep it out of the wall. but Larson sets almost a 2 minutes flat there. That'll put him in the lead. And Larson continuing onward here. 87 car of Portis. Sorry, that's not Portis. 87's Valero crosses the line. Does not improve though. Only slightly, less than a tenth. Portis improves. Currently sitting a P3 provisionally. Valero only's got a few more opportunities left. He's going to have to get out on track quick if he wants to, Kapelki's only got a few more chances left. Currently he's going up the mountain. Matthew Reed's got Kapelki right behind him here. Few drivers don't really seem to be setting any laps. Oh, and there's Matthew Reed into the wall. Rise looking to set his lap. Toby Yao out on track. Harvey goes P3, beating out Portis by just a tenth. Less than 5 minutes left in qualifying. Kapelki, he'll go second fastest in class, and Christopher Larson will improve his time. Yao cuts the track there after outbraking himself. Valero down the chase. Must be on an outlap, just trying to get a good run up to that first turn down that first straight. Flores currently sitting just a tenth behind Landry. Nunez improves enough to put himself in the mix with the rest of the Centurion class. I gotta say, our admins seem to have done an excellent job of picking our classes this season, because almost every single race it's been a clear divide between the two classes. I think only last race Carlos Flores was able to eke out ahead of a couple of the Centurion class racers. We actually had a lot of inter-class battling last week at Donington Park. Two minutes left in qualifying. Larson opting to stay in the pits. He will not have time to set another lap. Burr, Alberts, Rise, Dijkstra, and Collis also will not be able to set a lap. Yao currently out on track, hoping to get at least one lap in. He's going to have to make it a clean one. Flores doesn't improve his time. He's got one more chance to. Kapelke up the mountain. And Kapelke has to opt out of his lap. Valero down the mountain. Valero, Harvey, Portis, Reed, Belanger, Landry, Flores, Rise, and Harvey. Yao still out on track. This is Yao's last chance here. Portis also has one more chance. Gonna make the most of it. This qualifying winds down here. The 27 car. Miles Harvey tries to cross the line, isn't able to do it, isn't able to go and set another lap. Flores turns around the corner here, and he does improve his time. That puts him at the lead of the Legionnaires class. That will put him at P1 in class for the race. A couple more drivers. Valero crosses the line, and he'll go third fastest. Does not improve his time, though. Couple other drivers. Yao Landry actually improves his time, now better than JJ Burr. As we watch our sole Honda this season come down the track. And he will set a time. It'll put him just ahead of Collis. Portis now. That must be good enough to go one better. Did he improve? He only slightly didn't. That was not improvement, so he'll start P5. 6 a.m. race for our drivers. So as the sun rises, our drivers will complete the last minute setup updates. Will complete their last minute setup updates here. Going through our starting order, Larson will start off at pole position in the Centurions class, followed by Kapelke, Valero, Harvey, Portis, Reed, Nunez, Belanger, and then JJ Burr. Christian Landry will lead our Legionnaires class, one ahead of JJ Burr. Then it'll be Flores, Alberts, Fender, Rise, Harvey, Dijkstra, Yao, Collis, Rodman, and Pinillo. That's going to be our starting order for today's race, and just want to say, everyone tuning in, thank you so much for watching. Really couldn't be here without your support. And if you're interested in learning more about Zealous Racing League, be sure to, well, one, like and subscribe the video, but also join our Discord. Link should be on the homepage of the YouTube channel. That's where you're going to find the most up-to-date information on all things ZRL, and especially our upcoming leagues, as we only have, after this, 2 more rounds left in the season. The next season should be announced here, hopefully, sometime soon. So, if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to come and join. We'd love to have you. And also, one last shout out to anyone out there. Now that we still have a few more drivers, we are looking for someone to help fill in for me as the broadcaster. I decided that after this season, I'm going to be, at least for the time being, stepping down from being the broadcaster for ZRL. I'm not going anywhere, don't worry. I'll hopefully be racing in the next season of Zad's Galaxy Tour. But um, once it gets to the end of this year, I'm going to need some help for sure, because I won't be able to race, I won't be able to commentate, so we're really in need of someone to help fill the role, fill my shoes. So if that's something that you or somebody you know might be interested in, be sure to get in the Discord and shoot me or another one of the admins a quick message, and just let us know that you're interested, and then we can get kind of get started on the process of training you to be the broadcaster for the league. So, like I said, I'm not going anywhere. It's all good things. I've loved my time here as the broadcaster, and I hope to be back, sometime hopefully soon. But duty calls, and need to prioritize a few other things before coming back. So, 15 seconds left for our drivers. Lights are coming on for these cars, so it's just dark enough where they're going to need to have the lights on the cars. And here we go. Drivers rolling around for their first lap on the track, getting those tires warmed up. Remember, 1.9 update of ACC really doing a lot to change tire dynamics. So our drivers will get a whole lap to warm up the tires and get them in the prime operating range. As Larson leads us. Around our long out lap. Up the mountain they go. Who will be the first to be claimed by the mountain? What a great shot that is of the drivers coming around the turn there. before the race here too, Larson had been saying that a lot of his practice laps had been into the wall here at Bathurst. So I wonder if the walls will claim the favorite driver for the win today. To be honest, with the pace he has, I'm not sure he has to worry too much. He could probably dial it back about a notch and still have plenty of pace in the tank to win this race. The driver's now lining up two by two. Coming down towards the chase. Take a look at our drone, our helicopter shot here. Not the greatest shot, not gonna lie. Gonna go back to one of the TV broadcasting shots here. Drivers are now lined up. Almost ready to go here. And they turn that final corner. Once all those drivers are on that straight, here we go. Race is going to be starting here in just a moment. And it's green. Larson gets a good jump. He's closing it off. Looking at the other drivers behind, Harvey into the dirt. Everything looking fairly clean on that first turn. Coming down our first straight here. Going back to the back of the pack. Everything looking clean as we enter the mountain section. Nothing too crazy yet. This is where things might get a bit dicey though, as we watch all of the drivers rounding our corners. Nobody's claimed yet. Yao looks to have moved up a few positions. Harvey moved back, Miles Harvey. Larson already pulls a half a second ahead. Everyone trying to keep it clean here on the first lap of the mountain. Don't see any issues so far. And it looks like everyone's through, at least this first lap. Everything is looking clean. So watch Pinio following up the rear here. Staying out of trouble. The drivers head down the straight. 46 car of Landry is in the pits. Wonder if there was an issue with his car there. Let's go to Landry here and see. Let's go back about 30 seconds. And indeed, into Forrest Elbow there. Just a little bit unfortunate. Now that'll make Carlos Flores the leader in class. And we are through the walls here. Let's get that fixed. Martin Alberts actually is leading the class now that I see that. That's a really great sign from our friend Alberts. He's a little bit worried that he'd be bending it into the wall. Well, that has not happened yet to our friend, as he now leads the class. Flores hot on the tail. Alberts into the dirt. He's got to watch out there. Can't afford to risk it here. Rise coming on the tail of Flores here. Rise had a bit of a rough go of things this season. I don't believe Rise has finished a race yet. Albert's getting a really good run. And the speed of that Mercedes is very apparent. No major incidents so far, 4 minutes into the race. Haven't seen anyone get eaten alive too bad. We haven't had any major incidents. It's just the one from Landry there. Down to Collis battling with Rodman. Rodman looks on the inside there, thinks better of it. Albert's still holding off Flores for the time being. Rise must be pressuring him just enough to keep Flores from making any moves. Pinio looks on the inside of Rodman here and isn't going to have the space to make a move. Landry back on the track. What a wonderful shot there. Ooh, a little wobbly there from our friend Pinio. Keeps it clean though. Up to the front of our race here with Valero and Kapelke, Harvey right behind. Ooh, and there is an incident there. What happened there? I want to say that is it's not Rise, but who could that be back there? 27 car of Harvey, Miles Harvey. Some major damage on the back of his, or on the front of his car now, and that is going to need some repairs. Going back up to the front here, got Kapelke, Valero battling it out. Rodman trying to fend off Pinio behind. Looking at Collis ahead, seeing if he can make a move. Pinio has got some good speed on the Mercedes, right on the slipstream of Rodman. Pokes his nose. Rodman goes on the inside of Collis there. Will make the move stick, and Pinio's going to take advantage of that as well. Collis is going to move over, let him through. Doesn't cause any incidences there. Double move there for those two drivers. Harvey going back to the pits now to repair that car. You know, with all things considered, it has been a really clean start to this race. Haven't had too many major issues so far. Rodman looking to pick off Dijkstra here. And Dijkstra hits the wall. Keeps the car straight, though. It's going to be some damage on that right side of the car, though. Larson already 8 seconds ahead of Kapelke behind. Pinio's got Collis right behind. Or actually, it's not Collis, I believe. I think that is Landry right behind. Going back up to the front of this race here, our Centurion class is racing awfully close. Kapelke, Valero, Harvey, Henry Harvey, Portis. Kapelke's able to push away just a little bit. "35 minutes left in this race. Good portion of the race is already passed. Here's Portis down out of Forest Elbow. Down the straight they go. Not going to have the top line speed to catch Harvey here. So they all come down. Portis looks on the inside. Again, thinks better of it. Not going to have the room to make that move stick. Nunez was looking to make a move there, it looks like. Gets cut off by Reed. I'm honestly blown away with, again, maybe I shouldn't say anything, but I'm honestly blown away that we haven't had more crashes into the wall just yet. Larson really racing on his own up there. Nobody able to challenge. Oh no, I did maybe jinx it. Nunez saves it down the hill. Whoa! I could tell that was a butt-clenching moment right there for Nunez as he comes down the braking zone after the banner. You could see his life flash before his eyes and was able to hold it. Quite impressive. Belanger coming in behind. Kapelke is leading. Valero's holding really well, though. So is Harvey. Not really any opportunities for Valero to make a move here. Oh no, and that is a little bit of a spin from Miles Harvey and Valero. Valero goes wide. Harvey will drop back, slot in ahead of Nunez there. That'll promote Valero. We're sorry. That'll promote Portis and Reed up one position. Dijkstra's in the pits. Maybe one too many bangs on the door. Landry's in the pits as well again. Could be another incident from him. Miles Harvey's back out on track. That's what we like to see. Going back to our Legionnaires class, Flores is leading the way. Currently 6 seconds ahead of Chris Rise, currently sitting P2 in class. Rise does flirt with the wall right there. A little bit of a scuff on the right side of that Porsche. Down the hill he goes. Really committing down the hill. Behind them, you got Martin Alberts. Now battling with Fender for P3 in the class. Belanger fighting with Burr. And Henry Harvey is overtaken by Nunez. Ooh, Belanger looking on the inside. Harvey goes to cut him off. Oh no. Ooh, that's really close between Belanger and Harvey. And looks like JJ Burr is going to try to take advantage of the opportunity. Not close enough, though, to make a move. Belanger will just box him on out, and that's Harvey hitting the wall. Belanger is going to re-overtake Harvey there. Who's actually just going to overtake Harvey. And that'll be a position for Belanger there. Henry Harvey moves down into P8. Belanger to P7. It's not over yet. Ooh, they almost go 2 by 2 on the top of the mountain here. What a gaggle of cars we have here. It's so close, weaving in and around the mountain. Kapelke, our closest driver to Larson. It's not saying much. Larson's already about 15, 16 seconds ahead of the pack. Best lap for Larson is about 2 seconds faster than anyone else on track. One thing I will say about this track especially too is it being such a long lap really does go quickly. We are already 28 minutes. Ooh, and we do have a crash. Belanger. Belanger spins it, coming out of the chase. And he'll be demoted. Carlos Flores moving up ahead. Henry Harvey, I think, was caught up in that mess as well. Let's go back a minute and see what happened there. As the drivers come down the straight here, looks like Harvey gets a really good run down the road. Right on the tail of Belanger there as they come up the hill. Looks on the outside going into the chase. They go side by side. Harvey has the speed and they connect a little bit there. And then, ooh, they just aren't able to keep out of each other coming out of the chase there. And that will be them dropping back after a lot of door banging there. And while we're waiting for the system to catch back up, take a look at our leader here with that great static shot. Our leader, Christopher Larson, absolutely dominating the pack tonight. 20 seconds ahead with 27 minutes left in this race. There we go. Ooh, Yao clips the inside curb there, trying to get ahead of Fender. Fender will maintain his position, P3 in Legionnaires. Martin Alberts in the pits with an issue with his car, maybe? Maybe trying to repair some damage. Doesn't appear any damage is being shown on that car. As Dijkstra now comes out of the pits, Portis defending from Reed. Come down the mountain here, 25 minutes left in the race, almost halfway done. Around the outside goes Reed on Portis. Isn't able to make the move in the chase. Reed will tuck back behind there. Good respect between the two drivers there. Easily could have seen an incident occurring, but none did. Down our first straight here, under the Audi Sport banner. Reed looking on the outside, not gonna have what he needs to pass Portis this time. They keep going. Valero and Kalepki up in the front, also battling it out. Just a fantastic shot there, coming around the turn. I love that shot. Honestly, let's just watch the whole race from that shot if I could. Coming down the hill, the two Lamborghinis in front. Yao and Fender close to battling it out again here soon. Looks like Flores has dropped back quite a bit here. I'm just mistaken. It looks like... Yep, just mistaken a bit there. Rise is gaining, though. It does look like. Looking at the timings, the last lap both of those drivers. Looks like Flores was a little bit faster, but Rise, I think, is getting held up a bit by Belanger. Could be the case. Reed does drop back quite a bit from Portis. Could have been a little bit of an issue there between those two drivers. Watching Kapelke and Valero duke it out here. Going back to Fender here. Yao right on his tail. Ooh, Fender getting a little dicey. Maybe a little off-throttle oversteer there. It's prone to happen with those rear-engine Porsches. As he maybe coasted a little bit too much, or too harshly, going up the hill there. This is the tricky thing about those Porsches. So much weight in the rear of the Porsche that it's hard to, it's sometimes hard to coast with it because that rear just wants to keep going and causes a lot of oversteer if you're turning and coasting, because that weight in the rear just wants to kind of push the car forward, unsettle the car. Yao, looking awfully close here, but that's not enough to make the move. Looking on the inside, Yao looking to make the move. Go side by side up the hill. Ooh, and that will be the move done by Yao there. Really risky part of the track to make the move. Yeah, a little bit of oversteer there on throttle. He'll make it though. He'll make it stick. Pinio coming in right behind. Great performance from Pinio tonight. Right up with the thick of him. Oh, he does hit the wall though. Hopefully not too hard. Going down the hill. Down to Forest Elbow. Ooh, a little tricky braking zone there for, ooh, our Porsche driver. Fender hits the wall there. That might give Pinio the run he needs. Pinio looks on the inside, heading towards the chase. Does he have the momentum? He may just have the momentum to pass Fender here as well. And he ducks out. Thinks better of it. Could see disaster from a mile away there. Pinio probably correctly decides to just take the safe route there and not try to pass on the chase. Since a lot of drivers opt to take the line that has you sweep outside of the track quite a bit there, really difficult for drivers to keep it straight when they're going 2x2 through the chase. Down the hill, we have Valero. Looks like Valero's got some speed. Got some speed down to Force Elbow there, but just doesn't have the room to make a move. Stick 16:40 left in the race. And got a co-broadcaster here. My pooch has just joined the broadcast booth. Although he can't speak, so he's not going to be actually casting anything. And he is gone. Side by side they go. Touching the door there. Pino will make the move though. Fender demoted. Gotta confess, guys, the real reason my dog was down here is because my wife came downstairs. And I just got 2 fresh out of the oven chocolate chip cookies, so I'm not gonna lie. Best day ever. Actually, looking at our timings there, that puts Pino at a podium position. Sadly, it looks like we lost both Harveys. For one reason or another. Pelkey and Valero here have been neck and neck this whole race. Valero just not able to get close enough to make a move. Pino squeezing out ahead of Fender here. You know, now that I think about this, it's honestly not that surprising that, like, Pino is doing very well here tonight. You know, Glenn sometimes does struggle, you know, with different incidences and stuff like that. But this is a track that he knows incredibly well. I would say he's faster than me in most times that I've raced on this track. He's definitely more consistent. And since he races this track all the time, he's kind of a beast at it. I don't know. I'm not trying to be rude to Glenn there. I'm trying to say that it's very impressive how well he does on this track. He's got some really mad pace. I mean, he started in the back of that Legionnaires pack, and he's already into a podium position. He's obviously got some room to go before he gets to Yao here now. But really not that much space. And let's look at the timing sheets here. Given the previous laps, Pino can catch him. I think Glenn can get a P2 here. You know, 13 minutes left in this race, and look at how close he is to Yao. That Merc is crazy fast in a straight line. I think he can do it. So, a little root for Glenn right here. Like I said, that he plays this track all the time. It's one of his favorites. You know, it's a lot of, this track is a lot of people's favorites, but great performance from Pino tonight. Rodman moves ahead of Fender. 49 car of Albert's a little slow up the mountain. Looks like he maybe got into a little bit of trouble there. Flores having a great race tonight. Currently even sitting ahead of Belanger by about 2 seconds. Nice and clean they are up the mountain. Valero's really close here in that braking zone. I think Larson must be 30 seconds or so ahead. Great exit out of Forest Elbow for Kapelke there. Goes a long way because this is a crazy long straight. You're maxing out your car's revs generally as you come down this straight. Less than 10 minutes left in this race. Honestly, time flies when you're having fun. Barely feels like we've been in this race for 20 minutes, and we're already winding down near the end. Belanger now here right behind Flores. Albert's back in the pits. Belanger will take Flores there. Flores doesn't put up much of a fight. Let's take a look at Pinio here. Look at him down the hill. Looks like he's gaining some time here. Yeah, I was going to have some good straight line performance as well in that Honda. Great exit from Pinio there, though. Down the hill they go. Yao crosses. And Pinio does drop back just a little bit. Back to Valero. Reed and Portis are catching up. Reed has actually overtaken Portis. Missed that. Still Valero just isn't able to find an opportunity to overtake here. Capelke's been very consistent. Just slightly slower than Valero, but honestly, it's less than a tenth. It's like a half a tenth a second every lap difference between these two drivers. It's really not enough time to really make an overtake here at Bathurst. All Capelke's got to do now is hold him off. Valero's awfully close though. Yao's actually gaining on Flores ahead. Yao's pretty much been matching Flores' pace. Last few laps. Does lose that in that last sector though. 5 minutes left in the race. Valero's really close here at Forest Elbow. Good exit too. Don't think he's going to have that speed he needs though. Reed right on the tail of these drivers as well. This could be dangerous in the last few laps of this race. Looking at where Larson currently is on the lap and on the map, I think 3 more laps that we'll see. I'm honestly really surprised that Valero was not able to get the pace he needed to go side by side with Capelke there on that last run. Up the hill here, now we have a 3-way battle here for the final couple podium positions in our Centurions class. Reed might want to look for an opportunity here. Ooh, Valero hits the wall. Doesn't look like it was too hard though. Reed is going to want to be looking for an opportunity here to maybe see if he can't pass Valero. Valero's getting a little bit desperate, it looks like. Oh, awfully close in that braking zone down the hill. No contacts made though. This is giving Portis a chance to catch up. Down the straight they go. Following each other all the way. 2 Ferraris and a Lamborghini go down to the chase. You get a bad joke, but you also get a good battle. Ooh, it almost looked like Valero went a little bit defensive there. Reed a little squirrely on the exit there, trying to manage with Valero. Battle is heating up here. We have 1 minute 30 seconds left. And Larson, he's going to be crossing the line one more time, I believe, before this race is over. So, white flag is not here yet. But we do only have 2 laps left, and we have a great battle. Pinio getting close to Yao now in the last 2 laps of this race. Can Pinio overtake? Yao's had some poor laps this last lap. Pinio a little bit squirrely on the exit there. Down the straight they go. Larson now. Crossing the line here shortly. Larson will be having the white flag here with 30 seconds left. Last lap for Larson means that these drivers will cross the line one more time. All these drivers ahead of him will cross the line one last time. And then the race will be over. Checking back in with the battle up here, Capelki and Valero. Looks like they got dicey in the chase there. Valero looks on the outside. Capelki is defensive though. Valero tries to go back towards the center. Isn't able to make it. Reed gets a really good run. Valero going really defensive there. Pinches Reed to the side. Oh, and there's contact! And Valero is turned sideways. Oh, the drivers were all over the track there, and Valero on the final lap of the race will not finish, it looks like. But we will continue on. It looks like Reed and Portis here battling it out. Capelki will go. We'll have a little bit of breathing room here. You want a replay of that? I mean, I do too, but it's so close to the end of the race. Honestly, we might have to take a look at that at the end of the race. Larson, though. Oh, one thing to note here. Yao has had an accident, and Pinio's in second place. That's something we missed, but one thing we did also miss was Larson crossing the finish line. Larson will come away with a lead about 30-40 seconds ahead of the next driver. Coming down the hill here, Capelki with Reed and Portis right behind. As they come towards the end here, Fender Collis crossing the line now. Battle for that final podium position here. And it looks like it'll be Capelki will come in second place. Reed will come in third. And Portis will come in fourth. Nunez now rounds that final corner, will come in fifth place in class. JJ Burr coming over under the liquid poly will come in sixth place overall and in class. Belanger under the sign will go P7. Flores will come in first place in the Legionnaires class. Really great performance from him tonight, but honestly, the man of the night, driver of the day, Glenn Pinio coming from the back of the Legionnaires pack, back of this whole grid. He'll come and he'll get P2 in class. What a great performance from our friend Pinio. Well-deserved P2 performance. Rodman will cross the line in P3 after starting in the back of the pack as well. Yao crosses the line now. It'll be P4 for Yao. And with the Yao crossing the finish line, believe that is the end of the race. What an excellent performance from our drivers tonight, especially Pinio. You know, Glenn's going to get my driver of the day. You know, um, I don't usually do driver of the day, but coming from the back of the pack after having, kind of an up and down season so far, to get a podium in class, that is just incredible driving. And honestly, looking at some of the timing sheets as well, Pinio was a lapping faster than Flores was a good part of the race as well. Um, just some really great driving. Fastest lap between Pino and Flores was less than a thousandth away from each other. So, really, just incredible work from him. Driver of the day. Hats off to you, Glenn. Great job tonight. And congratulations for the rest of our drivers as well. Going into our timetables here for the race, your Centurion class winner is Christopher Larson, like I mentioned. P2 will be Kapelke. 3 is Reed. 4 is Portis, Nunez, Burr, Belanger, Valero, and Harvey. For our Legionnaires class, Flores will come away with the win. Pinio with that P2. Rodman with 3. 4 is Yao. 5, Valero. 5, Fender. 6 is Collis, 7 is Alberts, Rise, Dijkstra, Landry, and Harvey, Miles Harvey. That'll round out our standings for the race today at Bathurst. What an excellent race it was. Honestly, for the most part, fairly clean. A few one-off incidences that we've had, but no major pileups on the mountain, which is a huge win. I was almost certain we are going to have one, but um, never happened even in the first couple laps. As the fatigue kind of wore on, drivers did start to make more mistakes. One thing I'm really curious about there, um, but I'm interested to see what uh, what happened there between Valero and Reed. Um, does not mean that. Sorry, I'm trying to read the feed here between Valero and Reed. It looks like they're trying to have some discussions as to what happened. Yeah, I want to exit there. Looks like I missed them a chance to grab a replay of the race itself, sadly. But from my point of view, it didn't look like Reed had much more room to go, and uh, Valero just kind of swiped on in to try and defend that place there, um, and just got a little bit of a clip from Reed. I didn't really see much contact there. Um, you know, just a hard-fought battle, kind of gone wrong. Um, you know, Valero was trying to defend. His position was in jeopardy. Um, maybe got a little overzealous, but yeah, don't think um, don't think Reed could have done anything there. But again, I'd have to check the replay. That was really odd to see. Looked like they were doing fine, and then uh, all of a sudden they weren't. So a little bit disappointing there for the last little moment between our drivers. But without uh, with that, I don't think I have too much left for our race tonight. Please tune in next week for round 6 of Zad's Galaxy Tour, season 11. And next week we'll be at Paul Ricard. So we'll go to France for a race at the old French F1 track, the French Grand Prix track. No longer on the calendar, sadly. But Paul Ricard will be our destination next week for round 6 of Zad's Galaxy Tour Season 11. My name is Shim. I've been your host tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you this live commentary of Zealous Racing League's weekly race league. I hope you guys all stay safe out there, and I'll see you all next week. Peace.